What is going on, everyone? My name is Jared Haas with FrontStretch.com, and welcome back into another edition of NASCAR Mailbox. This weekend, we're going to take a look back at the action at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Now, during the NASCAR Cup Series race, there was an interesting radio communication between Kyle Larson and his spotter, Tyler Monn. Over the radio, Monn said that Hamlin runs you like this every time. You know why? Because you let it happen, which Kyle Larson promptly said, "Shut up." Well, what led to this communication? Simply put, it was Hamlin racing hard on four tires, trying to get through the field to the race lead, with Kyle Larson holding off on two tires. Hamlin and Larson made contact off of turn four, and Hamlin did use Larson up a little bit on the racetrack in the next couple set of turns. Now, is this a justified comment? Is this something like way out of line? Or is this more just a heat of the moment type of thing? Now, remember, this is not the first time that we had Hendrick Motorsports spotter and driver had a very interesting exchange. Think back to Dover with Alex Bowman with his spotter, Kevin Hamlin, which basically told Alex Bowman to drive Kyle Larson like a donkey, paraphrasing in that sort. But you've got to realize this, that the spotter's there to maintain, be the eye in the sky, but also try to encourage the driver, be a cheerleaders of sort, to say what's happening at the track, of saying, hey, Hamlin's kind of using you up. But I don't think this is a, way whack out of line. You're going to have a lot of heat of the moment type of things. So understand this, that spotters are there to do a job, to tell you information. And, Hamlin is going to race you hard because those he thought was going to be the last few laps before the rain came and that red flag came. You only had, when that contact happened, you had that caution and then maybe 2 or 3 more laps of green flag racing. That was it. And if the race would have ended, Hamlin would not won the race. And he looked at the end of the day, Hamlin really struggled on those rain tires. So he was looking at that, his chance to win that race right there. And, I always say this phrase, everything's fair in love and war in the last lap. And during that race, you didn't know when that last lap was going to be. You didn't know if you were going to be cut short by rain, sunlight, or it was going to go the full distance, or even in this case, into overtime. Now, this is not the first time that there's been Kyle Larson versus Denny Hamlin in the headlines, but what could be the breaking point? And honestly, from what Denny Hamlin said, it's going to, take a lot, because their rivalry almost seems like the sorts of a Dale Earnhardt versus Jeff Gordon, two different racing styles that their fans respectively respect their driver and think the other driver is no good driver, that their driver is superior. But both of these drivers have respect to the other of what they have accomplished in their careers. That, it'd be something crazy for them to get into something that'd be boiling over. That just seems like you had that Pocono last year, where you had a very pivotal moment where Hamlin did a sliding glide against Kyle Larson. And, you had a lot of frustration after the race for Larson on that and how he raced him. But it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to get him after the next race. These drivers understand they race each other hard because they're both at the front of the field. So this would take a lot for a boiling point to get over, that Hamlin is going to, it's going to be Kyle Larson going to try to pay back Denny Hamlin. But it's just more the mind games that Hamlin and Larson played against each other, and, blocking and trying to use as much racetrack as you can in these situations. So nothing much that this is going to be a boil over, but honestly, I think the best comparison of this is a Dale Earnhardt versus Jeff Gordon rivalry of two drivers with great skill, respecting each other, but racing each other hard. Thank you very much for watching. As always, like and subscribe. That really helps our channel out. And until next time, as always, make sure to have a great race weekend.
Hi, I'm Christopher DeHardy with FrontStretch.com. If you enjoyed what you just saw, hit the like button and subscribe for some more great racing content.